In 7.3, we're going to look at analyzing a budget. So people often find that once you've created a budget, either they can't stay on it or the situation changes and they have to make some adjustments. A useful tool for that is having a circle graph because that shows which categories make up the biggest expenses. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to take a look at Patrice. So she has budgeted to put $35 a week into savings, and this is 12% of her income. So we want to know what Patrice's weekly income is. Let's go back a little bit and remember that percent over 100 is equal to the part over the whole. So if you're talking about your grades, for example, let's say you got 7 out of 8 on a quiz, 7 over 8 is equal to whatever percent that is over 100. And you can figure that out by doing 7 divided by 8 times 100. You can also figure out how much do I need. For example, I'll figure out how much do you need on a quiz to get 80%. I take 80 divided by 100, so 0.8 times whatever the quiz is out of to figure out what you will need. Now, what's Patrice's weekly income? Well, let's plug in what we've got. We've got 12%, so 12 over 100, the 100 always stays the same, is the part. So the $35 a week is part of her income, so $35 out of the whole, and that's what I don't know. I want to know how much her entire weekly income is. So let's go back to grade 10 and remember the cross multiplying. When we have a proportion, which is what we have here, you multiply the things that are diagonal from each other. So 12x is equal to 35 times 100. And 12x is going to equal 35 times 100. You're going to move your decimal place over 2 times, 3,500. 3,500. I want to get x by itself. It's being multiplied by 12. The opposite is dividing. So those are going to cancel. 12 divided by 12 is just 1, so I've got 1x, and then I need to know what 3,500 divided by 12 is, and that is 291.67. Always round to 2 decimal places when we're talking about money. A shortcut we can take here, instead of doing this in 2 steps, you can also say x is equal to, you multiply the 2 things that are diagonal from each other, because remember it's cross multiplication, so we're multiplying those 2 things, so 35 times 100, and then we divide by the third thing, which is what we did here, right? We did 35 times 100 divided by 12, but you can skip right to this step if you want. At any rate, here's our answer. So that's her weekly income. If she follows her budget, how much will she have saved in 1 year? Well, she's putting away $35 a week. There's 52 weeks in a year, so every week she puts in $35 times 52. So 35 times 52, that's $1,820 in 1 year. Okay, and then we look at C. If her salary increases by 3% and she continues to put 12% of her income into savings, how much will she save in a year? So now we've got 2 things we need to do. First of all, her salary is going to increase by 3%. Here's her weekly salary, and we're increasing it by 3%. So 3 out of 100 equals how much out of 291.67? And I'm going to do 3 times 291.67, so multiply the things across from each other, divide by the third, or you could have just done 291.67 times 0.03. It's the same math, so it's going up by $8.75. Now, she's obviously not making just $8.75. We need to add that on because that's the increase. So that's your increase there. So now she's making 291.67 plus 875. So 875 plus 291.67 gives me $300.42. So that's how much she's making per week now if she gets a 3% increase. And now she's going to continue to put 12% of her income into savings. So now we're going to say 12% of $300.42 is how much? And again, you can just do 12 divided by 100, which is 0.12, and multiply it by that, because it's the same thing we're doing here. So, but let's do it as proportion. 12 times 300.42 divided by 100. She's putting $36.05 a week in. But we want to know how much she will save in a year. So 36.05 times, again, 52 weeks in a year. So 3605 times 52, and it's $1,874.60. Let's go back and make sure we're actually answering the question, how much will she save in a year? And that's how much she will save in a year.